welcome to my YouTube channel Matlab Explorer. So today we are going to deliver our session on how to prepare for your research work and problem statement in your thesis. So this session is dedicated to especially people, students who are doing their master and PhD for their thesis work, and for bachelor students who are doing their research and project work. So here we are going to share the key points for your research work and problem statement. There are steps to conduct your research. So the very first step is called literature survey or literature review. Students who are new to the research, they must be told to conduct or to carry out your literature survey or literature review work. So what is this literature survey or literature review? Literature review means the review of the work, the research which has already been published till date. So you have to review the different research papers, research findings, reports, books, at least to get to know the latest update about your research area. So in research work, the very first step is to find your research area. This can be done either if you have your interest in particular research area like electrical engineering, electronics engineering, mechanical engineering. So according to your interest, you can select your research area. So then you can check out with your guide, your mentor, to conduct your research work for the future. So after the discussion with your guide will suggest you about the specific research area. So once it is finalized, then you will start your literature review work. First, you have found your research area. Then you have found your specific research area. Research area is a little bit big a term. Within that there is a sub area, specific research area. You are able to identify after discussion, having a discussion with your guide. So from there you will start a literature review work. There you have to review the work of other people who have already published their research findings in research papers of journals, conferences, books, reports. So minimum at least you have to review like 100 to 200 research papers. So to get to know that what kind of work already has been done, what is the current status, what kind of techniques which are already applied, and what are the outcomes, what are the parameters in the result. So you can get all the idea about these findings from the literature review, from the research papers. So for that you have to download the papers from different conferences, websites, or journals. Some of the journals like Elsewhere, Science Director, IEEE Transactions, they need an access. So individual access may be costly because you have to have the license for that. But the institutions, colleges, universities, they do get the license for that, and because it is paid. So from there you can download your paper published in IEEE conferences, IEEE transactions, the reputed journals like Elsewhere, Science Directa, and other big high-ranked university journals. And apart from that, the other high-ranked conferences. So once you get the paper around about 200 papers for your review. Then you start the review work. You go through the paper, you go through the literature survey of that particular paper, then you go through the technique, the methodology that researcher has used in his or her paper. Then you check out the problem formulation of that paper, and you check out the outcome and the conclusion. So the basic features of any paper is first introduction, second the literature survey, third research gap, means what are the research gap as compared to the previous researches which already had been published, means what the author has incorporated in his or her research which is more advanced, more or better as compared to the previous work. So you have to identify the methodology, the problem formulation, the mathematical equations which govern the problem formulation, the model the author has used, and the results. What are the different results in tabular form, table form, in graphical form? What is the behavior of those results, and the conclusion. So in conclusion, you can check out the normally the authors, they do carry out the comparison work, compare their research with the research of other authors, and they prove that yes, their technique is better, it is economical, it is cost effective, it is fast, it consumes less memory as compared to the research or the findings of other authors. So in each and every paper you have to identify the problem statement, the methodology, the techniques like artificial intelligence techniques or some other model based technique. Then you have to identify the results, you have to analyze the result and the conclusion. So you can note down these key features while reviewing all the 100 to 100 papers. So once your review work is done, so the next step is you have to list down the methodology which has already been published. Methodology means the techniques. Techniques can be optimization technique, it can be soft computing technique, um, or it can be other hybrid techniques. So you have to identify the techniques, and you have to identify the different problem statements, and you have to identify the outcome. So based on these you will find the research gap. Research gap means what is still left pending, which can be improved, which can be incorporated, which is still not included in the current research. What kind of parameter can be included, or what kind of technique can be implemented on the problem statement which already has been published. So either you can include a new method, you can apply a new method on the same problem, and you can get the output which is better, which is good as compared to the work of other authors. So in that case your technique is outperform the work of other authors. Or in the same problem you can incorporate some more constraints, more variables, so that the model of the problem, it becomes more complex